defensive lines. When Boise State's been really good, the defensive line has tended to be really good as well. Coach says he's reminded you guys of that and wants you to be a dominant unit. Well, how's that message getting across, and what does that mean to you?
It means everything to me. I mean, when you think of Boise State defense, a lot of people think of the D-line. And I appreciate everything those guys have done, and they've created a great tradition here. And I'm always looking back. I mean, you see it in the NFL with DeMarcus and Tyrone and Shea. And so I think that's something that we really try to hammer out to the young guys. Because for guys like Tyler and I, we were here when those guys were here. So we know what that was like, and we know what kind of intensity those guys brought. So it's our job to really hammer to those younger guys.
You're obviously stepping into DeMarcus's shoes. How do you look at that, and do you try to put up the numbers he put up, or what?
I had a feeling I'd be asked this question, but, there's a lot of things about DeMarcus that I really appreciated and I look to that I'd like to emulate. I mean, he was a great player for this program, and I miss playing with him. And, I have my own body type and my own gifts, and so I want to try to utilize those. But there's things I can learn from DeMarcus from the past and try to do things that he did to help this defense. So I appreciate what he did, and I obviously want to be my own player, and I look forward to that.
Without trying to match his stats or anything like that, but what's the feeling like for you being able to know you're going to be able to step into a big role this year, and potentially, and what that means for you, and kind of at the end of your career?
It means everything. I mean, I made a big decision 3 years ago to come here and to make that leap, and I say to myself it was the best decision I ever made, and so I couldn't be more excited to step into this role. And it's a little bit different from when I was younger. I don't think the situation is too big for me anymore. I just try to improve every day and honestly enjoy the time with the guys and enjoy the process, because I'll blink my eye and it'll be November 29th and it's senior night. So
I don't know if you could take us back to kind of the timeline, but you started versus Michigan State 2 years ago, and from that moment to this moment, what is it like getting back to that prominent role where you're going to be penciled in as a starter again?
Yeah, that was a great opportunity for me. I learned a lot from that. Coach Avalos will talk about it. Mentally, I think I've come a long way, and I think that preparing for a game takes a lot. And I couldn't be more excited to be back at that spot. I've learned a lot in the past 3 years, and like I said earlier, the situations aren't too big for me anymore. I just enjoy my time. I do what I can every day to get better, and I know what I have to do to help this defense. I know where my traits can be used to help.
Is the plantar fasciitis not an issue anymore?
100%.
Have you had to do anything to maintain that? Any extra work on your foot or anything just to make sure it doesn't creep back in, or was it kind of once it's gone, it's gone?
I probably should do more work than I have, but it's gone. I mean, my foot feels great. I never feel any pain, and I can't tell you how much of a difference it makes.
What is it like going out in fall camp and not having to worry about that or watch how you step and things like that?
It's so much more fun. I feel like last year, I love football. I'm always going to have fun with it, but last year, walking to practice was a duty for me. And so this year I can just walk out, happy and just run around and enjoy it and enjoy the time with the guys and not have to spend, 5 hours a day in the training room. Those guys are great. They did an awesome job helping me get back. And so it's, last year was tough, but I couldn't be a happier guy this year.
How much did it limit you last year?
I mean, it limited me, but football's a tough game for tough players, so I did what I could, and I felt like I helped this team.
That defensive line, you have something to compare to. Do you have some players that are emerging that could be those kind of dominant players along that front?
On the D-line?
Yeah.
I mean, Tyler's always doing a great job. Kamale, he's an intense guy. Gabe does a great job. And inside, I mean, we're expecting a lot from Armand. He's obviously really physically gifted, and we think he can get to that point where we need him to get to. I think everybody's doing a great job. It's day number 2. So.
Right. Well, Coach Caldwell was saying that I guess McNair's over there working with you on the end. How's he looked?
He's looked good. Yeah, McNair's come out with great intensity, and I saw that over the summer. He did a great job over the summer. He doesn't talk a lot, which I think an older guy like me appreciates. He just comes in and works hard every day, and he's a great athlete, and they did a good job in recruiting.
Do you feel like your role has changed this year at all? I mean, you had new coaching staff kind of coming in. Is it important for you to be a guy that is vocal or a leader? Or
my role's always been. I feel like my role. A lot of people may think my role's changed, but I don't think it has. Very much. They've always counted on me to be a leader and help this team. With the different gifts that I have, and so obviously this year I'll get more playing time than last year. But for me, it's just the same. It's another year, and it's another year to help the Broncos win. And you know, like I've said a million times, I love this game so much. It gives me chills talking about it. So I'm excited.
What is it, on that note right there, approaching the final 5-6 months of your college football career?
Oh man, that's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, I know I'm going to blink my eye, and it's going to be November 29th. We're going to play Utah State, and it's going to be senior night. And this is a beautiful game, and I'm just enjoying every single day here.
We talked about you fighting to get on the playing field the last couple of years, but I mean, what has the journey been like for you? What has the day in and day out grind and battle been like for you?
It's been fun. I mean, it's been intense, but like I said, I love football, and so I love the grind that goes into it. I love what the coaches expect of me and expect of the other 104 guys we got. And so the journey's been great. And, you know, as a defensive lineman, I would not rather play any position. And so, you know, I'm blessed and lucky to be in this spot and to play defensive line and to try to help the Broncos win.
Coach Caldwell.